Hey everyone, it's me again, back with another video, and in this one, it's really very, very interesting. It's from the YouTube site Vice, and it says secret sex parties of a mega rich informer. And I'm looking on the side where it has other of these. There are people wearing masks, and they're basically telling stories of what they know and what they've seen, and they're wearing a mask so no one sees their face. You have one here: drugs, sex, and death on billionaires, mega yachts. The dark side of being an escort. I was sexually abused as a male model. The horrors of being a Facebook moderator. The ex-banker on cocaine binges and $600,000 bonuses. Drugs, sex, and gangs inside Rikers Island prison. Drugs, sex, and gangs inside Rikers Island prison. But anyways, this one caught my eye. Secret sex parties of the mega rich. I'm very curious, so let's check it out.
The hotel industry is a wild experience that helps you understand how disconnected the wildly wealthy are. I've seen the darker side of humanity: suicides, murders, spousal abuse, human trafficking. That shit stays with you for a long time. One weekend, a large group of around 60-ish people, they wanted to purchase out the entire hotel so they could just turn it into a giant orgy. The cost of that property was upwards of $250,000 for 2 nights at a time. That says you've got money to spend. They left the nightmare room. Blood, feces, semen stains. One of my bellboys came up and was like, "I've got a black light, I'm curious." They turned it on, and I remember we looked down and saw the stains, we looked to the sides and saw them on the wall. At one point in the bathroom, we looked up and saw them all on the ceiling, and we were just like, how do you do this? This is not human. Were you on the ceiling?
Informer. I've thought this, and I've heard rumors that there's A-list celebrities that do stuff like this, that are involved in sex parties, orgies, and sex trafficking. It's not just billionaires. Heck, I even heard a rumor, I don't believe it's true, something with Tom Hanks. But yeah, it's not, that's not true. I just don't see Tom Hanks. But I don't think it's just billionaires. Like, what was the number? 60-ish people, he said, rented out the whole hotel for $250,000 a night to have a huge orgy. if we only could be like a fly on the wall, just see the faces, and then get the hell out of there because I don't want to see. And it's probably not just A-list male celebrities, just A-list celebrities, male and female. And they're all not billionaires. Sex runs the world. Anyways, let's continue and see what he says.
I worked as an operations manager for around 10 plus years. I've worked in hotels where the average daily rate is anywhere from like $99 and then all the way up to boutique properties where the average cost is around $1,400 per night. In general, the higher up the price value, the more common it is to be treated like you're less than human. The people who are coming to visit you, famous pop stars and Russian oligarchs, they have a private plane that they get in a private vehicle with all tinted blackout windows. Sometimes they have security squads. They'll snap their fingers at them. Very large sense of entitlement where if they approach the desk, they are the only thing that exists to you in that moment. And that's what they think you expect from that level of entering a luxury hotel. Most people who visit boutique hotels are not coming for business. They're there for pleasure. There was a group of obviously wealthy individuals. You can definitely get a sense of how much wealth they actually have when they're talking about things like buying a fleet of Boeings in the lobby casually. They buy out this entire property. They were spending as much as a luxury wedding. And it's basically a giant swingers orgy. You'd have people having sex in the pool, people laying on our wine bars naked, a couple having sex on a balcony in plain view. So you're looking up at it, quite an angle. And every single room would have a different theme and a safe word posted outside of the door. The one that stands out to me is there's a mermaid-themed room. It was actually kind of impressive, the details they went, so it was very like under the sea vibe. There was the Wild West room. There was the straight-up BDSM room. One couple we had to talk to, while they were naked, they would purposely wait to start having sex until housekeeping wanted to clean the room. They wanted somebody to watch. The day after they had all departed, I got a call from housekeeping saying that one of the showers is busted, and I go take a look at it, and they had hacksawed off the actual shower piece, the shower head, and attached a 4-foot long anal probe hose to it, with multiple settings on the other end. And that was as disgusting as you can imagine. After all of the drama and mental scarring that we put up with for this orgy buyout group, probably between about 30 staff, I want to say we made $20 in tips. I found myself on more than one occasion getting stuck in awkward situations between husbands, their lovers, and then the actual wife. The worst case scenario was husband and wife shared credit cards naturally, and she started seeing the hotel show up on the books, and she stormed in, like slammed bank statements down. It's like, I know my husband's here, you guys are lying to me, we have to just say, you know, I'm so sorry, we don't have anyone here by his name. And meanwhile, we can literally hear them having sex upstairs. Apparently she didn't notice the sounds were familiar to her, which might be a sad statement on their marriage, actually. The problem with working with the fabulously wealthy is that they often assume that the staff is there at their beck and call regardless of what the request is. It was really common for the high rollers to approach attractive staff members and essentially just ask them, hey, if I pay you X amount of dollars, will you meet me in my room later tonight and knock my brains out? That's a quote from someone, sadly. We had a very lusty, gorgeous front desk woman at one hotel, and someone came down and then offered her quite a bit of money in front of management. And at the moment, she naturally declined. I have security cameras in all the halls, and seeing that person sneak out around 2 a.m. was definitely a little suspicious. The most shocking example was an incident where the wedding was around 2 p.m.-ish that day. Come nightfall, one of our event staff slept with the wife and ended up getting caught. It turned into quite a big deal with screaming and shouting and all this stuff. He hid in a bathroom in a supply closet until until the heat died down, and then he just walked into the front office and clocked out like nothing ever happened. His mom happened to be in charge of events, so she made sure he didn't get terminated. The demographics of the staffs who work at hotels are usually pretty evenly split. If you're an attractive white person who speaks English quite well, you're probably going to be reservations, front desk, something visual. If you're not of that ethnicity, just because they have an accent that might not present well to your guests, your most likely bet is that you're going to get placed in housekeeping. If you're working at a decent property, you could probably get $10 to $15 an hour as a front desk host. If you're housekeeping, you're maybe getting 9 to 10. It was wildly unfair. We were actually advised to handle our housekeeping teams under the concept of divide and conquer, telling them, oh, well, so-and-so's team's much better than yours. You should really try to keep up with the Mexican team. It creates that toxic environment. This prevented the entire housekeeping team from uniting together and presenting concerns. And I saw that kind of model in multiple hotels. In retrospect, I can safely say that the hours they made me work, the wild situations you'd run into, it's a miracle that I never got in a really bad car accident commuting. It slowly burns you out in a way that you can't explain until you're out of it. You just kind of know something's wrong and you're not happy. The biggest thing that the public doesn't understand about the hotel industry is that there are wild things happening behind closed doors every single day. Fabulously wealthy individuals are wild. Everything happens behind closed doors of hotels.
Yeah. Well, I'm not shocked at all. I mean, the hotel part kind of shocks me a little bit. I mean, having being married and taking your mistress and stuff, yeah, but orgies, renting out the whole hotel for $250,000 a night. I just assumed that all that stuff happened at some rich person's house. They took turns. They would go to another person's rich house, big mansion. But one of the staff at Blue Light, which the detectives use, police officers, use to. So we turn off all the lights and turn on blue light and see how much blood, if there's any blood. It turns white, all the white spots, that's where blood. And I thought it was just blood. So they went through their rooms and there was semen and feces. Because I've heard of people having these sick fetishes of being shit on. Anyways, yeah, there's just so much that people will never know, kept secret. We don't know who the wealthy people are, but yeah, I guarantee there's A-list celebrities that have been involved in. Cause I've heard rumors for 20 years of this stuff. Anyways, sex and money ruins the world, man. Anyways, take care, be safe, peace.